This is days 5 through to 7 of my daily eating and my weigh-in results for weight loss week 1 since I started retracking my food, starting with day 5. It is day 5 of my diet, so we have 3 days, 5, 6 and 7 to go until I find out how much weight I've lost in my first week. I have been doing some daily weigh-ins, but I'm not sharing them with you for every single date update. We'll wait until day 7. So I'm just having my morning cup of tea. It is just a herbal tea, a clipper tea. I've forgotten which one it is. I've got no idea. Let's have a taste. Chamomile. So I'm having a chamomile tea, and then we are getting ready to go out on a surprise day out for the kids. They don't know that we're going. So we used to have passes for the local safari, and we didn't renew them last year. And we've renewed them a couple of days ago, so we're going to take them there. There's animals, there's like the theme park rides, which is their favourite bit really, and they don't know. So I'm not sure what it is going to be like eating wise today, being that we are going to be out. Typically we take food with us, so I think that's probably the plan. I need to throw something together for our lunch, but sometimes if we stay out longer than planned and we didn't take enough with us, we might end up buying food on the go, or might end up treating ourselves to something like an ice cream or whatever. It is going to be a hot day, so yes, we'll see how my eating goes today, but I do have a bit of wiggle room. Yesterday I only ate 1,000 calories in total, which you will have seen if you've seen my day 2 through 4 video, but I was just not hungry by the time the evening came round. It was very, very hot weather, and I do tend to find that that does affect my appetite. But anyway, yes, I am going to finish the drink and then let's go and get ready for safari. Breakfast was as simple as it gets. It was a single banana that I just grabbed before we were leaving. I was busy packing the picnic, so that was 105 calories to start off my day. We then had a bit of a picnic lunch, so this was what I had on my plate. I had half a ham sandwich, I had half of a wrap, which was sort of the same as the wraps we'd had the night before, just minus the carrot. I then had a little cocktail sausage hiding under there, a tropical blast, and the crisps on my plate were just 2 bags of crisps we took, and we shared them out between us. So I guesstimated my numbers for my tracking in the sense of like the crisps. I just logged like 1/4 of a pack each. My sandwich and my wrap were pre-logged and measured and weighed out before we left, so they are accurate. I also had a few grapes, which you may not have seen in the video, but I logged those, and my drink was 0 calories, but because it wasn't squash tea or water, I logged it anyway. Total of 516 calories for lunch, followed by a crunchy blast in the car on the way home that we picked up from the supermarket, and that was a 212 calorie treat, after which Hadley completely passed out on the back seat. He was so tired, and I'm not surprised. I had logged over 7,500 steps by the time we left the safari. Dinner was a little bit of a junk food affair. We had skin on fries and burgers. It was lamb burgers. I added some mint jelly to my lamb burger because it is absolutely delicious. So 5 grams of that were added. Again, just weighing as I went. Same with the rocket that was added. And then I had my chips, 100-gram portion. Lastly, I had some barbecue sauce. Not the prettiest dinner, not the healthiest, but it was delicious. Really enjoyed it. My total dinner came in at 566 calories. And then to finish off my day at about 11:30 at night, I went raiding the freezer for an ice pop because I was so boiling hot. I just have felt like I've been melting all day. So that was a 5-calorie little cool down treat, which took me to a total of 1,404 calories for the day, split over 4 meals, 3 meals and a snack. These are my macros. Not on point at all today in terms of my protein, and I went significantly over on my carbs, but you know, every now and then that does happen, especially when you're not actually meal planning. So percentage wise, you can see that my carbs are over and my protein is way under for the day, but I am not worried. My calories are still on track, and that is what I'm mainly focusing on at the moment. By the end of the day, I had logged 10,800 steps, so almost 11,000 steps, 4.82 miles walked, and an estimated calorie burn of 2,291. So all in all, a pretty good day. Unfortunately, another late night, but let's see how we do tomorrow on day 6. Day 6 started off with some of my seeds and grains loaf, 2 slices of bread, pate and chutney. I added an apple to go with that, and I had a lovely rosehip and hibiscus tea. This is an absolutely delicious blend. It was the first time I tried that flavour. Just a freshly opened box. Calories for breakfast came in at 392. It is August the 2nd, Friday morning, and I am just having my breakfast. I'm having a rose and hibiscus cup of tea from the New English Tea Company. I'm having an apple, and I'm having the last of the pate on toast. There was just a little bit left in the packet, so I decided to use that up before it has to be thrown away. My bread this morning is a whole grain and wholemeal bread, loads of grains in it, a little bit better, more fibre than the white bread. I finally did a little bit of a shop, so I grabbed bread for myself. Nobody else in this house will eat it, so that whole loaf will be for me. Not sure what our plans actually are for today. We were hoping to get out paddleboarding nice and early in the morning, but Adam had a little bit of a lie-in, and then his mum called him and she was just putting some bacon under the grill, so Adam has volunteered to go around and help her eat it. So while he's having his bacon butty breakfast, I am just keeping an eye on the kids, feeding myself, and I'm hoping that when he gets back we will head out onto the water. Hopefully it's not too hot. Fingers crossed. So yes, we will see what I have for lunch later, but hopefully I'm going to get some good exercise in doing our paddleboarding this morning. Once Adam got home, we got paddleboard ready. We grabbed some bits from Tesco on the way. I ate this hoisin duck wrap just before I started blowing up my paddleboard. That was 379 calories. And then, yes, blowing up the boards commenced using the hand pump. We do have an electric pump, but it's really noisy, and I always feel like it can disturb other people, which makes us feel a bit bad. So we use the hand pump today, and that is more of a workout than the actual paddleboarding itself. It is really, really hard going to get them blown up. Once they were done, we headed out on the river. We had our boards loaded up with plenty of water. That was all strapped onto Adam's board, so we had plenty of hydration while we were out on the river. Had a really good time paddling up and down. The pace wasn't particularly fast because obviously we're with the kids and intermittently they want to paddle and try out their skills, so that does slow us down somewhat, but overall still a really, really nice way to get some exercise in and also be spending time with the kids doing something that we can all enjoy together. After we'd had our little paddle down the river and we packed up, this was the results of my little workout, as it were. So in total, I had done a distance of 2.16 miles in 1 hour 25 minutes, an average speed of 1.5 miles an hour, and a total calorie burn of 281. This is a bit of a zoomed in version of the route that we took, and then it was time to go home. After a little bit of a rest and a chill out, it was dinner time. The kids had eaten earlier than us because they got really hungry, but I had these cod, prawn and root vegetable fish cakes, which had been previously frozen in our freezer. They come with their own sachet of tomato-based sauce. Planned to have it with salad, we had run out, so I had it with sweet potato fries and Spanish-style potato and veg mix. Not what I had planned, much higher carb because of the fact that I had all those potatoes and veg instead of salad, but it was just one of those things. With the addition of all those extra carby things when I should have just been having salad, dinner was a quite hefty 588 calories, but I'm still good overall at 1,359 for the day. That was my finishing number. You can see my split here. I had no snacks today, just 3 meals. These were my macros for the end of the day, and you'll notice that it looks like my goals are a lot higher than they actually were. This is because MyFitnessPal started pulling through exercise calories after I had opened my Garmin app when we went paddleboarding. So I just need to work out how to knock that off, and yes, then my diary will not get messed up. But if we concentrate on the numbers that I ate rather than those goal numbers, because they are wrong. I was a little bit light on the protein with only 54 grams, but as I said, calories is currently my main focus and they are on track. My split for the day in terms of percentage was very high on carb, very low on protein, and around about where I'd planned to be on fat. But as I said, calories were on track, so I'm taking that as a win. I went to bed so late that it was after midnight and my watch had reset. So instead of the normal watch picture for my daily steps, I just had to go into the Garmin app. I had done 6,624 steps. And yes, lower than usual. However, I did do that paddle boarding. So that was sort of an hour and a half of the day where I was sat down, but I was still being active. Day 7, and my morning began with packaging up a few orders for my website, by which time it was time to take the kids swimming. When we got back from that, it was lunch. So I completely skipped breakfast, skipped straight to lunch. Adam and I both had these Thai red chicken curry with jasmine rice ready meals from Asda. I picked them up on the way back from swimming, had some spicy crackers, and we had a naan left that needed using. So Adam had the majority of that. I just had a little piece, weighed out my little spicy cracker crisps, and my lunch came to a total of 732 calories. Quite a high calorie meal, but that is sort of 2 meals in one because I did skip breakfast. And again, I've still not worked out how to turn the Garmin and the MyFitnessPal connection off, so it's pulling through my exercise calories. Please ignore them. And yes, I'm still very much hoping to be at my sort of 1,400 calorie target. I am not eating extra for the exercise calories. It is 4:10 on Saturday and I have just hit 7,000 steps. That is more than I did in the entirety of yesterday, so that is very pleasing. And I have been doing plenty of housework, laundry, cleaning, tidying, sweeping, cleaning out the puppy pen, loads of stuff. We were intending to take the kids out to the farm park that we have passes for this afternoon, and I managed to convince Adam to just take them by himself, but on the promise that I would get this house in some sort of better order by the time they returned, because with the kids being home 24/7, it has just descended into absolute chaos. I am quite pleased with what I have got done. I have done laundry, I have cleaned my kitchen, I have just tidied in general, like all the stuff and all the clutter that had just been dumped in various places. The dining table did look like a bike shop because it had all Adam's motorcycle clothes and helmets out on it. I've put all that away. So yes, I have been on my feet non-stop for about the past 2 hours doing housework. Adam did just call me from the supermarket and said they have stopped by a Lidl on the way home and did we need anything. And I know which Lidl they are at, which means depending on how long they take in the supermarket, I've probably got a maximum of like 30 to 40 minutes before they arrive home, and I have one room left that I need to clean. So I'm going to go and hit the living room, which is an absolute dump, and see if I can get that sorted before they arrive back. This is extremely embarrassing to share, but this is what the kids have done to our living room. There are just toys absolutely everywhere. So yes, this is what I'm dealing with, and I've got about 20 to 30 minutes to try and tidy all of this chaos. It's definitely going to be a bit of a workout, and I don't think I'm going to get it done. I don't even know what they've been doing over there, crafting. Oh my goodness, yes, wish me luck. It is 5:15 and my step count has gone from 7,000 to 8,800 while I've been tidying this room, but look, it looks so much better. The toy corner is always a little bit of a mess because it is what it is. They have too many toys, but I've done my best to tidy up, and at least like the seating area is now feeling a lot better to sit in. The last thing I need to do is vacuum this room, and then I'm going to sit down. Adam and the kids are home, but they went straight out into the garden, and they're just playing on their electric quad bike and blackberry picking. So yes, I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes. I think I deserve it. Dinner tonight was a salad, so I weighed out my celery, weighed out my corn to go in with my fine cut salad mix, which I also weighed out on my scale. I then took 4 mini chicken fillets, weighed them raw and logged the raw weight. I seasoned those with some Honey Monster seasoning from Alton's Barbecue, which is amazing, and cooked them in some garlic fry light. I then added my dressing, which was a Bramwell's honey mustard. I chopped up my cooked chicken, and this was the final result. It was a huge salad bowl, totally delicious, and I sat and ate that with the family, who were all having mash and sausages. There were only 8 sausages in the pack, so by the time Adam had had 4 and the kids had had 2 each, they wouldn't have stretched to all of us anyway, so it worked out nicely that I made a separate salad for myself. That was a 458 calorie dinner, and that took my total calories up until dinner to 1,190. A tiny low calorie snack at the end of the day of another Slush Puppy ice pop. The weather was just so warm that added 5 calories to my final total for the day, 1,195. Basically, I had 2 meals today. As you can see from this, snack 3 barely even registers on this pie chart. Protein was 90 grams, carbs 120, fat 37. Pleased with my protein intake for the day, and percentage-wise, my protein was great. Fats were good, carbs were good. It's pretty much on target. Step count was great today, 11,277 steps, 2,200 calories almost as an estimated burn, and over 5 miles of distance covered. All that cleaning around my living room, it definitely made a difference to that step count. I think I've had a really good week for my first week. Obviously, I'm hoping for a loss, and let's look at some results.
Good morning, it is August the 4th. I have been tracking my food on MyFitnessPal for the last 7 days. So from Sunday the 28th of July through to yesterday, which was Saturday the 3rd, I have tracked everything I've eaten, put it into MyFitnessPal. My aim was 1,410 calories a day. And on Sunday morning, this morning, I have jumped on the scales to weigh in. Before I show you my weight loss results, we will just summarise what my eating and steps have looked like for the week. I will pop that on the screen for you now. So here are my steps and my calories over the whole 7 days. Step count was an average of 9,100 a day overall, a total of 29 miles walked, and 65,062 steps in total over those 7 days. Calorie wise, you can see all my daily calories listed here just as a summary. So my total calorie consumption for the entire week was 8,868, which averaged out at 1,267. My goal was set at 1,410 calories a day. That is sort of a limit I didn't want to exceed, if you like. If I ended up a bit lower, then, obviously I'm on a diet. If it ended up a bit lower, I wasn't too concerned about that, but I tried not to go over. And in fact, there was only one day, just the Monday, where I actually went over that calorie allowance. So yes, overall, 1,267 calorie average per day. And what weight loss result did I have? So this is my morning weigh-in, and you can see that the number was 123.4 pounds. So that is my weight as of this morning after 7 days of tracking, and that means a loss of 4.2 pounds since my last official Sunday weigh-in. You can see the little graphs here that show my start point and my end point, and it did fluctuate in between. So I did do daily weigh-ins, although I didn't share them with you every single day. And you can see here on the graph, that is all the fluctuations. So the 127.6 starting weight isn't actually shown on there because this is a 7-day graph. And obviously with my weigh-in result this morning, my last Sunday weigh-in was 8 measurements ago. But I started at 127.6, and you can see here the fluctuations in between. So it was 126.4, 126.2. I then dropped down to 124.4, which was exactly the same the following morning. It then went up a little bit to 124.8. I then had quite a jump back up to 126. That was on Saturday morning, yesterday, and that was after my Friday meal, which was quite a carb-heavy meal. I had a lot of potatoes. I had sweet potato fries. I had all the Spanish potatoes with vegetables, and the fish cakes that I had were also quite high in carbs because they contained a lot of root veg. So yeah, potatoes and stuff in my fish cakes as well. So it wasn't really a surprise to me. Obviously, I wasn't surprised that it fluctuated back up, but I was very pleased when I weighed in this morning, and my official 7-day weight loss was coming in at the 4.2 pounds with 123.4 today. So that is week 1 results. I am going to continue to repeat and log my food for the next week. So I will have another video coming to you soon. For week 2 progress, I probably will do it in the same format of doing a couple of days at a time. So yes, I will see you in a few days, and I will see what week 2 brings. My plans for week 2 is to leave my calorie target the same at 1,410 calories on MyFitnessPal. I'm not changing any of my goal numbers, but as I said, that's sort of a target I don't want to exceed. So if I end up a little bit lower on certain days, I'm not too concerned. I'm going to keep working on trying to get my 100 grams of protein goal a day. I haven't met that over the course of the last week. I've been very close to it. I think I met that goal on one day. The rest of the days I've been a little bit under. but my calories obviously were good. I am going to try and introduce a little bit of exercise into week 2. So as you've seen from week 1, the only exercise I've really been doing is running around, days out with the kids. Did a little bit of paddle boarding, but I haven't done any workouts, what I would class as a dedicated workout session. I'm not going to fool myself thinking that I'm suddenly going to do 5 or 6 workouts in the coming week, because that is not going to happen. But I do have the Les Mills app and the Fit app both on my television all ready to go. I've got all the equipment at home. So my intention for the coming week is to try and fit in at least 2 dedicated workouts, and I think that's quite a reasonable goal. I don't want to say that I'm going to do more than that because the kids are on holiday, I'm very busy, and by the time they've gone to bed, quite frankly, I just want to sit down and have some peace and quiet. So I'm not going to be sticking on my workout gear once the kids are in bed, and they get up so early in the morning, I can't squeeze anything in before they get up. So 2 workouts I think is an achievable and reasonable goal. The chances are one of those will be on Friday, because Friday is always grandma day in this house. The kids go to grandma's, so I will definitely try and aim for a Friday workout, and then I just need to squeeze another one in at some other point in the week. I will see you soon for my next update. Take care. Bye.